Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. The other day I made a video on how to use a tool punch, and in that video I showed some cards, and my questions that came up are, how did you make those lovely backgrounds on your cards? So this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's a nice little quilted technique. So I'm going to take you to the craft room and show you how to do that. Okay, if you're set to make some lovely quilted backgrounds for some cards, I will show you what you need. First of all, you can use some paper scraps, small pieces. In my case, I'm using some of this bonus paper that was I got in a Stampin' Up! Celebration kit. And I'm going to need my 12-inch trimmer with a decorative wave. If you're doing a decorative quilt, you can use a straight blade if you wish. I'm going to be using the wavy blade this time. You're going to need to cut your paper scraps down to your standard card backing size, which would be 5 1/4 by 4. So when I place it on my card base, it gives me that nice little edge around the side. So once I have my 5 sheets cut, stack them all, cut them all the same at 5 1/4 by 4. I also need something to build these on, and for that I just took some scrap bits of paper I had in my recycling bin, and I cut those down as well. I did go a little bit smaller than the 5 1/4 on this one here, just a fraction, because of the wavy blade. I didn't want my background showing through. But basically you need these the same size to build your cards on. I've got my instructions here. You can get your copy of printed instructions. I have notes in the description below on how to obtain those. You'll need your adhesive, and you'll need some quilting, something that looks like a quilted look, some embossing folders. So this one here, I'm using the French quarter, and I'm going to try the chain link ones this time. So if you're set and ready to go, first thing we'll do is we'll start with our cutting. So with my decorative blade in my housing unit, I'm going to stack my 5 sheets of paper and insert them into my trimmer at the 3 3/4 inch mark. So that'll give me my length across here. 3 1/4. Measure twice, cut once. 3 1/4, and we're going with a decorative blade. All the way down. Great. I'm going to set these to the side for now. On there. My next cut here is going to be at 1 1/4, and I'm going to go across here, so I want to switch out to my straight blade. And again, my whole stack of paper, I am going at the 1 1/4 inch mark. And we're going to go down with our blade. There we go. So this is going to give me my 1 1/4, and my outside edge is going to be my 3/4. Done. Now we're going to do these cuts here. So this time we're going to rotate them, and I am going to do a 1 inch, a 1 3/4, and a 1 1/4. So let's go 1 1/4. That's my bottom one. Let's do our 1 inch. And the top one will give me my 1 3/4 inch. So I'm all set for my blades. Next step will be prepping my patterns to make my quilts. So we're all set up to set up our patterns as we go. I've got my 5 bases down that I'm going to be building my mats on. So we'll go kind of like you're playing a card game for this one. So this one pile I'm going to leave the same. This one I am going to take my top yellow piece and slide it to the bottom. This one I am going to take my top 2 pieces and slide them to the bottom. For this one here, the top 3 pieces, again, will go down to the bottom. And for this one here, all 4 pieces will go down to the bottom, so the bottom one will come up on top. And I'm all set. I now have all my patterns. So set number 1 is going to go with this sheet. And so forth until I complete all of them. And so now you're all set. Thing to do now is affix them all down, and of course you can, if you want, flip some of them around to give you some different contrast. If you want a heavier or lighter border on the back, because it is a 2-toned paper, you can have some fun experimenting with that. One quick note, when you are fastening down these pieces, do start with the vertical edges first, so that when you place your horizontal pieces, you have something nice and firm to butt up against. And that will help you keep everything nice and square. So I'll fasten all these down, and then I'll go on to the next step with you. So here we have it all set down, flipping things around. They all just look so brilliant on their own, but we'll see what other effect we can get using our embossing machine. Let's grab one of these and we'll try some quilt patterns. This one here is called the French quarter pattern. I'm going to line it up in the embossing folder with a second plate. And run it through my machine. Can have a look at the effect of that lovely quilt pattern, giving it all some nice texture. When you're adding it to your base, any cardstock would be great. What I like to do is whatever one of my smallest pieces are, like my centerpiece, and this one here, it's more of the mauvey color, I would build that one on a mauve background. Let's try one more. That was fun. I'm gonna try my second pattern that I brought out just for some fun. This pattern here I call the chain link loops, and it's made by W&R. And so again, you can go with them straight to build on your cards, or add that extra bit of texture. Pinky one or yellowy. That's the yellow. That's the green. Because of the pink, I go with this one again. And that's what that looks like. All set. And again, once you've decorated them, your finished cards can look something just like so. Have fun. I'd like to thank you once again for tuning in, and to all the new people joining my channel, thank you. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and if there's any topics you'd like to see me cover, just make a mention in the comments. And we'll see you again real soon.